And Pan-Igbo socio-cultural organization Ohanaeze Ndigbo worldwide has endorsed the presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Peter Obi, for the 2023 election. The group says that going by the principles of rotation and zoning of political power in Nigeria, it is the turn of the southeast of Nigeria to produce the president next year. It says it made its decision in its quest for unity, peace and sustainable national development. Ohanaeze says Obi represents a generational hope, redemption and above all, the Igbo collective.
Well, we have the Secretary of the Igbo Elders Consultative Forum, Professor Charles Nwekeaku, who joins us now to have discussions on this latest development, the endorsement of Peter Obi of course, by the Ohanaeze Ndigbo. Thank you so much for joining us on Newsnight tonight, Prof. Well, help us understand exactly what the basis of this endorsement is, because it looks like Ohanaeze Ndigbo is having a Miloko moment when it says, "It is my turn." Of course, apologies to Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the presidential candidate of the APC.
Thank you so much. Well, Ohanaeze has given a number of reasons for endorsing His Excellency Mr. Peter Obi for 2023 presidential race. First, constitutionally, Section 14, subsection 3 of the 1999 Constitution provides that whatever government and its agencies want to do should reflect the federal character of Nigeria in order to give every section a sense of belonging. Ohanaeze noted that since independence, political independence, October 1, 1960, that for over 47 years, the North has produced leadership of this country. And if you break it down, by the time Buhari completes his tenure in 2023, the Northwest would have ruled Nigeria for 22 years. North Central, 18 years. Northeast, 6 years. Southwest, 12 years. South-South, 6 years. Southeast, accidental 6 months under General Aguiyi-Ironsi. And we say, since Nigeria applies this federal character in everything it does, for example, in JAMB, in WAEC, in recruitment and promotion into the public service, this principle is observed. Even in the recruitment into the Nigerian Armed Forces, before it was 5 credits, later it was reduced to 4, in order to accommodate some sections of this country. So based on that, Ohanaeze said, look, it is the turn of the Southeast. But it's not only Ohanaeze that said this. Before Ohanaeze came to this decision, a larger body has even said it. Before, you know that Southern Governors Forum, when their own case, they say, all the major parties should zone the presidency to the South. And then, we believe that when it is zoned to the South will now microzone it, so the Southeast. But beyond that, the Southern and Middle Belt Forum, which Ohanaeze is an active member, came out and said all political parties in the country, for the sake of equity, fairness, and justice, should zone the presidential ticket to the South, and hoping that it will be microzoned to the Southeast. And so, when Ohanaeze now found, and recently, the same Southern and Middle Belt Forum met, assessed the candidates of various political parties, and decided to endorse Mr. Peter Obi as the candidate. So, right. Ohanaeze just may repeated what was obvious.
Okay, Prof.
Yes.
Some political experts, yes, have come up with the issue that, look, the Southeast does not have the vote, and for anybody to win the presidential election in Nigeria, yes, he must be able to, have 3 or 4 other zones to itself. Yes. We know Ayo Adebanjo's Afenifere has said power must shift to the Southeast, that it is only fair, equitable, and, to serve justice. How far has Ohanaeze gone to seek the support of the core north? Here, I'm talking of Arewa Consultative Forum and even the Northern Elders Forum.
Thank you so much. In the first place, any person telling you that the Southeast doesn't have the numerical strength in terms of votes, that person is not being analytical. I want to tell you that go to your state, in any state of the Federation, when you remove the indigenes, the next population, highest population, they are the Igbos. And I can tell you that the Igbos, if the Igbos decide to exercise their numerical strength, there's no state that Igbos cannot produce 25% of the votes in Nigeria. Go and check it. So if we have free and fair election, the Igbos have enough. As a matter of fact, in the Southeast, Igbos have over 12.5 million registered votes. If you go to other federations, the 19 northern states, Igbos have about 12.5 again. You go to other parts of this, Igbos have over 36 million registered votes today. So if any person telling you that we don't have numerical strength, the person is referring just to Southeast there, forgetting that Igbos are everywhere. So we have that numerical strength, and we are determined to exercise this time around. So in terms of whether we are reaching out, we are reaching out. First is that for the first time in the history of Nigeria, political history of Nigeria, the other four zones had never come out to support candidates from a particular zone. But for the first time, you see Southwest, led by Afenifere. You see South-South, Pandef. You see Middle Belt, the same thing coming. We now have four zones. We're also talking with the Arewa, and they are disposed to that, but they're talking of competence. So we are talking to them. We are talking to both their youths and the northern elders. We are talking with them. We've been visiting individually. So we are reaching out. And above all, we are reaching out to every progressive-minded Nigeria who wants a change. Because we are not just saying that it is our turn. We believe that we have the best product to offer Nigeria. We believe that Nigeria has been, Nigeria has no direction. Nigeria is like a train that has lost brake and has been moving without direction. We believe that time has come for a president from Southeast extraction to give direction to Nigeria, so that Nigeria will return to productivity. Nigeria will return to, everything has gone wrong. Look at what is happening in Nigeria today. And I keep on telling people that until Nigeria allows Southeast to produce a president, all these things may remain there. I'm not a prophet of doom, but I believe that if we have a candidate from Southeast, especially a person like Peter Obi, Nigeria will, the glory of Nigeria will be restored because productivity will come up.
All right. Prof, thank you very much for that. Let's bring in politics editor Somna Sambo, of course, is the Arise News Director of News. Somna, good to see you. I'm sure you heard the case being made by Prof. Nwekeaku here, saying, look, as far as Ohanaeze Ndigbo is concerned, it is the turn of the Southeast, and in the person of Peter Obi. What do you make of this endorsement? How much impact do you think it will have, on the final outcome for Peter Obi in 2023?
Thank you so much, Ngozi. Well, like Prof has actually said, this is the best that we've ever had, actually, of any presidential candidate of Southeast extraction, apart from when you talk about 1999, when we had Alex Ekweme, going out there to be able to campaign with Olusegun Obasanjo for the PDP presidential ticket then. And since then, the euphoria we've seen ongoing now with Peter Obi, we've never had that. And I think this looks like the very best opportunity for the Southeast to be able to come together. And with what we've seen, with all the endorsements and all of that, I think it has never been this good for any Southeast presidential candidate. And I can tell you that Peter Obi is enjoying the euphoria, and of course, it's left for a lot of Nigerians to be able to support this ticket in the best way that they can. Like you had asked earlier, I mean, Christian had asked earlier, there's need for, a stretch of the hand across the Niger. Other socio-cultural groups like Ohanaeze Ndigbo doing that. Yes, they've been doing that. And that's why the Southern and Middle Belt Leaders Forum has really been working. This is like the icing on the cake, considering the work that we've seen the likes of Edwin Clark and other elders like Paayo Adebanjo doing. And I saw the elders of the Southeast need to take this opportunity and make it a Nigerian opportunity. It should not be, consigned to the Southeast alone. As it stands right now, this just looks like the best opportunity for the zone.
Yes, indeed. Thanks so very much, Sumner, for that summation. But I'll come back to you, Prof. The insecurity that pervades the Nigerian nation is worrisome too in the Southeast when you talk of the IPOB phenomenon and the unknown gunmen or ungunmen, unknown and the rest. And how has Ohanaeze Ndigbo be able to, redirect the footsteps of these those who may be saying that elections will not hold, the Monday sit at home, which has become, kind of quasi-institutionalized now in the South, is destroying businesses and the other social activities. How much overtures is Ohanaeze making to IPOB and the likes?
Thank you so much. In the first place, IPOB has come out several times. I said that they are not responsible for the insecurity in the Southeast. IPOB, you also remember before the Anambra governorship election, it was rumored that IPOB said that there would be no election. We consulted them. We had meetings with them. And after interacting with them, IPOB said, look, we have nothing against the election. The election should take place. So IPOB is not against the election in the Southeast. And we have been asking the federal government, look, fish out those who are behind the insecurity in the Southeast. Because look at, you keep on talking of unknown gunmen. Who are the unknown gunmen? It's believed that these unknown people who do not want Southeast to produce the next president are behind the issue of unknown gunmen, because government has not been able to arrest them. Look at, for example, the problem at the Owerri Correctional Center, where for almost 3 hours, the so-called unknown gunmen operated for almost 3 hours. Government has Owerri, it's like 100 meters to the place. The State Police Command is another 100 meters to the place. And then the military base at Obinze, 10 minutes drive from the place. And for almost 3 hours, no person was arrested. And people say IPOB. We would have liked the federal government to arrest those who are causing problems in the Southeast. Right. Till today, we are yet to see that. And so we believe that a number of people who do not want a president to come from Southeast are using that as an excuse to deny all this opportunity. Otherwise, let government go and fish at these people. IPOB has come out several times and said that they're not responsible. But beyond that, both Ohanaeze and Igbo elders have been meeting with them, with the youths and the other groups. We are also talking to our political leaders, governors. Say, look, there are a number of things that need to be provided. Provide employment opportunities, because we know that an idle mind is devil's workshop. We want the youth to be gainfully employed.
Okay, very quickly, Sumner, you have the last word. Obi, during the Arise, town hall, did say that he will engage, he will dialogue with agitators, including IPOB. What do you think needs to happen with the IPOB question as it affects Peter Obi's chances? Very quickly.
Like the Prof had said, this is the best time for re-engagement. What's the cause of the security situation in that part of the country? And I had told some people during a private conversation, Peter Obi is the luckiest Southeast politician that we've had, especially in this Fourth Republic. I mean, after Nnamdi Azikiwe, I don't think there's been any politician that has been so lucky like Peter Obi, considering the overwhelming consensus among among some of the top leaders from the Southeast, though some of them are reluctant and saying that they don't want to openly come to campaign for him. But you see that with the way he's been receiving accolades and all of that, I think it's just the best situation that we have for him to be able to talk to every group. Now, if, for example, Peter Obi decides to talk to all aggrieved groups like IPOB, Eastern Security Network, even some of the socio-cultural groups, they will easily believe him because there's integrity, there's competence that's been brought to bear, there's acceptability of this same presidential candidate across board, across the nation. But if you look at the political diversity that we have at the moment, some political analysts will tell you that Peter Obi came out very late. Ohanaeze Ndigbo is doing all of this now because they advise him to leave the People's Democratic Party and get into any other political party so that they'll be able to support him. Is the support coming at the right time? Yes, it is, but some would argue that this should have been a momentum that should have been developed, that should have been built since sometime like 2 years ago. And that's why you see someone like Tinubu saying that it's my turn, because he's been building the momentum over the years. And of course, Atiku Abubakar is a veteran presidential contender since 1992 and all of that. So there's a section of the polity and some political analysts who just feel like some voters are also saying that, look, Peter Obi still needs to be tried. But he comes with a huge chunk of integrity and competence that is very necessary for the next Nigerian president. And so, back to your question, he has integrity to be able to talk to IPOB, ESN, and all of that, and they will listen. And those groups have over time said that they are not backing him, contrary to what some other political groups are saying, that he will support IPOB and all of that. So, like I said earlier on, apart from Nnamdi Azikiwe, Nigeria's first president, Peter Obi seems to be the best that has come out of the Southeast, followed by Ekwueme and all of that. And it's left for Nigerians to actually see whether they can cast their ballot for him or not in 2023.
All right, thank you very much, Somna. Let this last question now to Professor Nwekeaku. Very quickly, just recently, the governor of Anambra State, Soludo, Professor Soludo, poured, a lot of verbiages or barrages on the candidacy of Peter Obi, and Ohanaeze reacted in...
taking him to the gods.
Yeah, to the gods and the rest. What are your thoughts here?
Well, for us, we were shocked to hear that from Professor Charles Soludo, for him to come out and say that Peter didn't achieve much at this. First is that seat he's occupying, if not for Peter Obi, who first contested. Peter Obi was the first governor produced by APGA. So Peter Obi contested. Even when he was impeached, he fought through the judiciary and recovered the seat. So if Peter Obi didn't achieve anything, Soludo wouldn't have been there. So apart from that, we know that Peter Obi did much in Anambra State. Before he came on board, the educational system there had collapsed. But he came and revitalized the educational system to the extent that Anambra State is coming first in most of the educational contests. I've said this several times. When you had the Techno Expo, we see students from...
But help us make sense of the,
yes,
taking him to the shrine.
Yes.
Mbe, say where I come from.
Yes. It was improper of him to have done that, because we even expected him to lead campaign of Mr. Peter Obi, because they are from the same Anambra State.
Okay.
Their two communities are very close. So we expected him to lead the campaign.
But he does have the right to choose who he will support, doesn't he?
Yeah. So
we'll have to leave it there. Professor Charles Nwekeaku, Secretary, Igbo Leaders or Elders Consultative Forum, and Somna Sambo Arise, Director of News and Politics Editor. Thank you so much.